The buzz around Iota was the centennial celebration of women's suffrage. What better time to launch a brand for Febb's and honor her heritage than now?
Febb King Insminger was born in 1873. She loved to read, and she was fortunate enough to attend college way back then. She went to Grant Memorial University, which is now known as Tennessee Wesleyan University. After graduation, she taught school in Athens for several years. And then after a 7-year courtship with my great-grandfather, James Lafayette Jim Burn, they got married. About 22 or so years later, in 1916, Jim came down with typhoid fever and passed away. This left Febb with 4 children and a home and a farm. The eldest son, Harry T. Burn, decided he wanted to run for office as a representative in the state of Tennessee, which he did in 1918. And he won. But 2 years later would be the big year. That was the year that Tennessee was to be the deciding vote for women's suffrage. The way that people knew you were going to vote when you were in the House, the State House, was the red rose signified that you were against suffrage and you were not going to vote for it. The yellow rose meant you were in favor of suffrage and you were going to vote yes. The suffrage movement had gone on for several years. 35 states had ratified the amendment, and they needed one more state. So it's pretty much up to Tennessee. Harry was influenced a lot at that young age. By now he's 24, and people are saying, vote for it, vote against it. Women are saying, don't let us down. He's just kind of confused as to what he really should do. His mentor, Candler, finally gave a speech about why we should not vote for women's suffrage. She decided it was time to kind of step in. And she wasn't going to tell Harry what to do, but she wrote a 7-page handwritten letter to him. On one page, she throws in, hurrah, and vote for suffrage. So subtly, but surely, she let him know her thoughts of what he should do. And as he went into the state capitol to vote, he had that letter in his coat pocket and kept thinking about what his mother had told him. So when it came time to vote, they had actually tabled the vote twice. So the governor thought, this thing is not going to pass because it's tied twice and it's tabled. So he put it up for merit vote. But when they got down to the name Burn, he said aye, which really surprised everybody. And it changed history. Her voice telling him what she thought he ought to do, and he listening to his mother, making that vote, shows how much one voice and one vote can make a difference. And that changed the entire country.
We chose Awake as a charity. We wanted to donate part of the proceeds because we think it's a worthy charity, and what we wanted to do was showcase Febb's and what it really stood for, to empower women, to encourage them. And we wanted to do something local because we thought that we could really make a difference.
Febb was married, of course, to James Lafayette Jim Burn, one of the founders of Crescent. And we feel like she would be very, very proud to know that 3 of her great-granddaughters are major stockholders in the company, and that 2 of us are here running this company that's been here for 118 years. So I would say that Febb is the mother of Crescent.